Hi folks, and welcome back to my Let's Play series of Beautiful Desolation. In this episode we'll be finishing off exploring the rest of the starting areas before we head off to find graves and locate the Red Mercury. So without further ado, let's get into the game. There we go. And we will just load up. Okay, and while this is loaded, I am SilmarUK. I am a live streamer on Twitch 4 times a week. You can find me there as SilmarUK. I can be found on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as SilmarUK. I also have a website which is www.silmaruk.net. As well as a live streamer and a YouTuber, I'm also looking to do some blog articles. But game is loaded, let's get started. So we are at Sanctuary, which is here. We've explored the crash lab, we've seen the Warden, and we've now got the unlock device so that we can actually use the Warden to travel to other maps. We've checked out the rock face, we've done all of Milkbush, but we haven't looked here. So we're going to need to go and take a look here. We also want to talk to a couple of people here just to see if any of the conversations have changed now that we've progressed the game a bit more. And then we'll be coming to Saxonwold, and I believe we'll be coming here to meet up with a fellow called Graves, because Graves sells us one of 3 key components we need to find a way back to our own time from this post-apocalyptic future. So, without any further ado, we're going to talk to a couple of people here in the Abbey, and then we are going to go and talk to a guy who's doing some quiet fishing. Okay, he doesn't want to talk to anyone. So this is a point and click game. It's in the style of a 2D ISO RPG. But the way it works, it's basically a point and click game. You don't, for example, have WASD keys. Let's head up to the Sanctum. Very disturbing character here. Ah, now this one wants to talk to us. Okay.
Ah, my sweet. Welcome back. Are you looking to trade?
Let's see what you got.
Okay, now these are probably upgrades for our vehicle, the Buffalo Transport. But we've got no need to use them yet. We do have some gold in our inventory. A gold nugget, which we could probably hand in there, which would give us some credits. But we don't want to do that. I might need that money when I go to see Graves. I imagine he's not going to give us the Red Mercury that we want for free. Okay, so there's Don and there's Pooch, our faithful companions. So we're going to go ahead here to the Overlook and see if the guy here wants to talk anymore. He looked like he might be someone we could persuade to come with us at some point. And unlike Pooch and Don, who are both from our time, he's from this time, so he could be a really useful person to get on the right side of. Okay, so no talk icon. Okay, we've exhausted the possibilities of conversation there. Let's make sure there is nothing up here we haven't done. Okay, so we want to jump.
Your leg.
Ooh.
Is it just a brace or something more? The newer tech is much smaller, designed to fit under the skin.
Okay, so sometimes you will get conversation opportunities like this. It takes pressure off the leg. I want to be friendly with Pooch, so that seems a friendly thing to say.
That's just a brace. Helps take a bit of pressure off the leg.
What happened?
Car accident, a bad one.
Car accident. A bad one.
I am sorry. But you survived. And almost in one piece.
My fiance didn't
Our
make
fiancée
it.
was in the car with me, Charlize. She didn't make it.
I'm sorry, Mark. I have also lost someone. I think. The memory is there, in bits and pieces. One of my first memories is of an engineer named Ridley.
Ooh.
She worked with me for a long time. She even pleaded with them when they did the first wipe. She wanted to say goodbye. She was kind. I remember her staying late with me, just sitting together.
But that would be the wrong way. What happened to her? Sometimes that's all you need.
What happened to her?
Do not remember. There was an experiment. An attempt to simulate fear in my programming. I panicked. I broke the restraints. I think I hurt someone. I think I hurt her. There was so much human blood, and then nothing. I do not remember.
It wasn't your
Hey,
fault.
it wasn't your fault, Pooch. Those scientists were messing with technology that they didn't even understand.
Yes, I know that. Sometimes I wish they had wiped those memories. But I do like to remember her laugh.
Okay. Story of Pooch continues. So, normally you would use this by selecting a particular site, but you can just fly around the map if you wish. Just point and click. So the array is where we're going to have to take all of our components. And the components we are looking for... Here we go. We need a tier slingshot device, a tether device, red mercury, and the array control pylon unlocked. And that will all occur here at the array site, or array site 2. Would indicate that there might be more array sites. Now this is the Agnate outpost, and Agnate is the name of the robots, so military transponder required. Interesting. We can't go in there. A couple of thoughts come to mind. There's a crashed, badly damaged military transport at Milkbush. There's also a workshop. We could find perhaps a military transponder at one of those two.
Hurry up.
But it might be as well that we could trade for it at the sanctuary, or the mechanic might know where one could be found. Okay, we've got nothing here. Let's just walk around, because sometimes things don't come up until you're quite close to them. Okay, looks like this transport is done with. Right. Let's go check out the workshop where we retrieved the buffalo from. Oh, no, down the wrong way. We come down to the seawall.
Is anyone else here?
Nothing showing up. Okay. So I don't think we're going to get a military transponder here. Or we may not even get it in any of these zones. So about the only other place that might have people in who now have dialogue options would be the Sanctuary at Witherberg. Question is, say, does the mechanic... No, mechanic's not saying anything. And these are just descriptions. Okay. Right, well that seems to be that then. We can't get into the Agnate site. So given that, let us review our conversation review. So, yeah, I need to meet someone called Grabe at the Kettle. So Grabe at the Kettle. Right. Which is over in Saxonwold. Okay. There's also another place we're looking for. Actually. Let's just save the game before we do this. Okay, something goes wrong when we go through the Warden. Cool. Okay, onward to the Warden. Right. So we can travel to these locations. We want Saxonwold. There's also Zozo. But that's actually where the guy who was fishing came from. So that could be worth checking out. Or it might be where the guy who was fishing came from, to see if anyone's asking after him. But yeah, the next step is the Kettle. Okay. Nice. Right. Let's access our map. So we're at the Warden. There's the bulwark. We've no idea what that's all about. Same with this. And same with that. But there is the Kettle. Okay. Take me to the Kettle. So, Kettle Gate. Are we going to talk our way in? Okay. Right, so we'll do a little bit of exploring. Dried foods and water barrels are piled up ready for a long journey. Interesting. Water trough. Looks like an Egyptian shadoof, a good spot for travellers to fill their canteens and water their animals.
You think this is safe to drink?
Okay, we can't go over any of that. Now, because you don't use the WAZD keys here, you can't start shifting the map around. You literally have to click in areas and see where you can go. This is where the kind of point and click aspect of this game very much comes in.
It's amazing.
It's more limited than a 2D ISO RPG. Having said that, it's not a bad game at all. Fiery urn. The air around the urn is thick with the fragrance of burning fur.
I wouldn't eat any of the food, civilian.
The stalls are laden with salted fish, fresh fruits, spices and grains. Wooden steps. The steps are in bad repair. Now we've obviously got someone we can talk to. Holographic sign. A large hologram of a human heart pulsates in midair. That could be ominous.
Look at the
Robotic
size
watchman.
of those walls.
Bionic lookout watches over the villagers as they go about their business. So, I think we need to go talk to the person closest to the ship first. Let's also see maybe what this is about. Beast of burden. Creature with an elephant-like hide waits patiently a backpack to its back. And we have a still. Okay. Ah. So, I can offer gold and will receive presumably credits or something similar.
I see you got the old school buffalo there, Chief. You want someone to keep an eye on it. Make sure nobody takes it for a joyride.
You think someone will steal my ride?
Maybe, Chief. This is a dangerous world. Things happen. But for just a single credit, I can make sure nobody touches it.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's got some pretty hefty security.
Oh yeah? What sort of security, Chief? Got them flamethrowers that blast out of the side. I knew a guy who had those. He fried his own mama with them.
What is this
What is this place? It looks established.
The Kettle, the best trading outpost in Saxonwold. Home of the Kettle Maidens, followers of Inja. Been some time since they opened the gates. I hear some rumors. They burned some people in there. People who refused to say the right words about some god or some priest. Not a place for a non-believer like me, ne? But me and Grandpa are doing just fine. We got mampur, we got meat, we got water, we got stock, even found some smokes. You wanna buy?
I need something called a tether device and a tear device.
I can't think of anything like that. What they do? Maybe I have something that can work the same.
No. I need those specific items to do the job.
Only person I know who has traveled more than me is the Anasi Udi. But you know, Chief, she's hard to talk to. Anasi used to trade often with a Kettle, but they don't come this far no more.
Thanks. Let's see what you're trading.
Thanks. It's useful to know. Let's see what you're trading.
Ah, yes. Time is money, Chief, and I'm all out of free information. Let's trade.
Agnate transponder. That's probably the military transponder. 6 and fuzzy dice. You need to access a secure military base but don't have the relative clearance. Built this device from the ground up to fall almost all authentication scanners. Limited stock. Right, let's go see what we get for a gold nugget. You could be very interested in that. Two credits. Well, not enough for the transponder then. Right. That seems like a massive door into a place where they might burn what they consider to be heretics. They will save.
Hello.
I want to see Grave.
Here to speak to Grave.
Is someone else I can
Is
talk
there,
to?
is there someone else I can talk to maybe?
Okay. So we're going to need some way to get past that. And actually understanding what they're saying would be nice as well. Right, Sangoma Tabernacle. Right, so we got some things we can interact with. Connect to terminal. Okay. No idea what the code might be. Our codex did reveal some codes from our own time. Um, 119287387734. These are unlikely to work, but hey. No. Okay. 8738. No. And finally 7734. No surprise, none of those codes work. The cauldron. Herbal fumes rise from the cauldron.
I can access this.
Ah. Agnate recharge station. I have no idea what that just did. No, it did something over here. Right. Stretcher, makeshift hospital weapons warm and clean, some surgical equipment. A secure area that we can't get into. That's probably the lock. Let's see what that
Another weary pilgrim stops at Caesar's place of healing.
I don't need healing, but I need answers.
Caesar is a servant of the Dullahan, bound to help all in need. Ask away, my friend. Caesar will try to answer.
is. Okay. A servant of the
Forgive my
Dullahan?
ignorance, but what is a servant of the Dullahan?
I serve the Dullahan, the creator of the world, the one who comes from the Penrose itself. The Dullahan has set this world in motion, and we each must play our part. Caesar's part is to help the pilgrims and tend to the sick. It is why Caesar came to the Kettle, a place of much strife and sorrow.
The Kettle must need.
Looking around, I can see this place must need someone like you.
Siza has been around for centuries. He has lived through 2 wars, through the rise of the Tribulation and the Agnate Uprising. And all through it, our founder, Grave, has kept the Kettle alive. Grave won his place in the games. He triumphed over Nevrocorsis, who refused to lay down her life, as is their own law. Over time, this place has grown, from the old station that gave us its name, to the mountains that protect us.
Okay. Have you been
Tell
here
me,
long?
Caesar, have you been here for a long time?
Ah, time. I forget that your organic vessels disintegrate with age. This does not happen with an Agnate. This mind is layered and full. Caesar has been recopied 26 times into this body, 26 lifetimes in one machine.
26 different lives.
An Agnate brain can be copied and integrated infinite times. We keep the knowledge of those that came before us. Some of us even have knowledge of a future that we've already lived.
Wow.
But knowing the future can be a bad thing. Caesar has seen this all happen, but the Dullahan is wise, and we must all trust its path.
In all of your lives, have you heard of an array?
Caesar has, but after the Agnate Wars, the arrays were stripped down for fear of the prophecy coming true. Please, I beg you, do not ask Caesar to talk about dead prophecies. It is such a sorrow to see what this world has become.
I understand.
I understand. I won't force you to do something you don't want to do.
Thank you, gentle pilgrim.
I need to see Grave.
I have to see Grave. How do I get inside the walls?
To get into the gates, you will need a password. But Caesar does not know the word, for Caesar lives on the outside of the wall.
Where could I find the password?
He says someone who can tell me the password.
If you speak to someone with family living inside the Kettle, they could help you.
Thank you, Caesar. You've done your god proud.
My friend, that means more to me than you know. May your name be etched into the record for your kindness.
We might press Caesar on the array at some point in the future. But right now, there's no need to do that. But we are going to play around with this. Okay, security is still in place. Ooh. Interesting. Password is a 4-digit. Yikes. Memory, aha! Recharge in progress. Memory done. Password is 8451. The rest of that we can ignore. Oh, no. Let's do this quick. Where the lamp provides light to work by. Place looks like a cross between a clinic and a workshop. Take item. Necrosis stimulation tank. No idea what that's about. Select item from inventory and place here. No. indeed seems that we can't do anything with that just yet. Right. I'm just going to save again, then I'm going to undo the charge cycle. But in case our friend there gets very angry with us, send the charge cycle. He doesn't want to talk anymore, so we can't ask about what's in there. And delivers an electric shock to the occupant, giving the illusion of movement and living tissue. Eek! That sounds relatively horrible. Right. So now we know that we need to talk to someone who has family inside the kettle. And you want to talk. Does that mean that you're just going to trade, or that you have something more to say?
Hey, Chief. Looking to trade.
Let's see what you've got.
Yeah, I can't take my gold back. So hopefully that's not something like 2 credits only put in place here.
Do you know where we are going?
Right. Interesting. Okay, let's try the door once more, but I don't think we're going to get any further.
Hello?
Okay, we haven't fulfilled the conditions for that.
Scanning for poisons.
You hear that? Just the sounds of bugs and birds. I haven't heard quiet like this in a long time. Seems like this place finally slowed down.
Reminds me of camping.
Ah, it reminds me of those late evenings camping with Dad.
Yeah, Dad loved those. I hated them. Always had to pack the car. Always felt like I'd forgotten something. Forgot Dad's beer one time. I remember hiding behind the bucky for ages, hoping he wouldn't notice.
I think I remember you hiding.
Didn't save me from a real hiding in the end.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Dad sent you off searching for dry wood. You were little. He just didn't want you around when he clubbed me. And that night he made me sleep without a sleeping bag. If I have to go cold tonight, then so do you. I remember you giving me your socks to put over my hands. I still think of gloves as Mark's socks to this day.
Oh. He was always hard on
The
me.
old man was always too hard on you when we were young.
And he would have got worse if I gave him the chance. That was the last time we were all together. I packed my bags as soon as we got home that Sunday. You went to evening service, and I ran to Freddy's place. I'd already gotten my call-up papers. I thought, hell, if I go early, who's going to care? I was on the bus to basic training the next day.
You had your reasons for
You
leaving.
had your reasons for leaving, Don. I get it.
I had to go, Marky. I didn't like leaving you with him, but I couldn't stay. I'm sorry.
Oh. Right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this episode to an end right here. We've hit a little bit of a wall, so I think what we need to do is some more exploration. If you've enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Consider leaving a comment if you have something you wish to say. And also consider subscribing to the channel to be notified of any further stuff we do, stuff in a similar vein. So thank you all very much, and I'll bring it to a close there for now. Bye.